everyone! So today is a little bit of a celebratory video as well as a little bit of a Etsy shop review video. I have just hit the 13,000 sales mark, so I really wanted to just put it out to the universe. I'm so grateful for all of the Etsy sales. I'm so grateful for the lifestyle that my Etsy shop has allowed me to lead, and I'm just full of love and full of gratefulness. I don't think that's a word. Anyway, a lot of you out there, or a good couple of you out there, have actually commented on my videos and asked why I don't link my Etsy shop in every single one of my YouTube videos. Now, there is a very simple reason for this. I'm not a scammer. I do actually have an Etsy shop. I'm not here to try and make your Etsy shop worse or anything like that. The only reason why I don't link my Etsy shop in every single one of my videos is it's the same reason as I don't recommend for you to use these Facebook groups where it's like for like or follow for follow or anything like that. And the only reason is that these people that you are linking your shop to, if they're not people that you're trying to convert or are your target customer or essentially you want to buy, what will happen is that these non-targeted viewers will go onto your Etsy shop or your Etsy listings, and Etsy will see that there's no engagement with that listing, that they're not buying that listing, and it'll essentially put your Etsy shop lower and lower and lower in the rank because it thinks that your shop isn't engaging, it thinks that your shop isn't essentially any good. So that is the only reason why I don't link my Etsy shop in every single one of my videos. It's because a lot of you out there will just have a little click, have a little look round, and so you should, but what that does is it skews the results that I am giving you guys. So I'm here to help you out with your Etsy shops. If my results are skewed, I can't help you guys out. And that is my number one goal on this channel, is to help you guys out. So I don't want to give you any false results. And I do believe that if I linked my Etsy shop in every single one of my videos, it would get flooded with views and my results would get skewed. So I really want to make sure that the results and the tips I'm telling you guys are true for an actual working Etsy shop, not just one that's thrown up just for the sake of it. But today I am actually going to go through my Etsy shop, not fully, but just a little review, just a little sort of where my head's at with my Etsy shop at the minute. I'm going to show you my Etsy shop. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of my shop just so you can see that I have actually got a shop. I do make sales, a lot of sales, and I do have a full-time income from my Etsy shop. So without further ado, I'm going to put a little screencast here now. So here is my Etsy shop, and I'm so pleased with how it's come along. Honestly, it hasn't always looked this good. So as you can see up here, I have the Etsy Plus layout. So I have this nice little scrolling bar, slideshow, that's the word I was looking for. And as you can see, I am based in Bournemouth. And this is my little marker that I have here, just over, well, not just over, 40 sales over of 13,000 sales on Etsy since 2015. Up here I have my best sellers. Now, sunflowers seem to be a real hit for me at the moment, and I'm not entirely sure why. I just think they're really pretty and summery, and that's the season that we're in now. So very grateful. I have these, which also sell really well, fantastically well for me. Zodiac bits and bobs always sell really well. These are one of my most newest creations. They're stainless steel. And you can get them in all three of these colours, so fantastic metal to work with. Bit difficult to work with, but all in all, fantastic. Chakra necklaces, they are relatively new. Now, as you can probably see by the big green things here, buttons, I guess, here, is that on all of my listings, I have free UK delivery. Now, I know that there's been a lot of controversy about this, and there's been quite a lot of shops where they're saying, well, I know they're giving a slight bump to shops that offer this, but I can't actually physically afford to. And I completely understand that every Etsy shop is different. So before you go and judge another person's Etsy shop for the fact that they don't have the free shipping options in their shop, just make sure that you are aware that every single Etsy shop is different. So If you are able, or if you sell something small, so like me, I sell jewellery, which is very, very small, I would always say to work it into your price. So first class shipping is £2, no, it could have gone up, £2.20, £2.30. So I worked an extra £2.30 into the cost of my item straight off the bat. So I then end up having this free post badge here. I used to have free free worldwide delivery, but I actually found that reduced my sales, and I'm going to explain that in a little bit. So you see as well that I am always running a 10% off sale. So the reason for this is that when you are in the Etsy search, you have a little option. Let me just do this because I will show you what I mean. So let's say I want a lavender pillow spray. There we go. So what I want to do is, when I am a customer and I'm searching, okay, so you're presented with 275 results, which isn't a lot. There are some searches that have a lot more. You can go away. I don't want cash back today, thank you. There are some that just are, they come back with hundreds and thousands of results. But as a shopper, especially if you're trying to shop on a budget, you might go onto this little bit here, and on mobile that is a lot more prominent, it's a lot more in your face. So if I clicked onto that, and if your shop or your item isn't on sale, you immediately see that's literally reduced the results from 275 to 19. So now I'm only seeing results that are on sale. So this is why I do what I do, because I want to be included in as many searches or as many, variations, I suppose, on this left-hand bar. The same goes for the free UK delivery. Now that's reduced it down to one result. So that might give you a little bit more of an insight as to why I do that. So let's go back onto my shop. I can do a more in-depth video on this if you guys want it, no problem. So I've deliberately gone onto page 17 because I want to show you what my pictures used to be like. These are my older pictures. That one and that one, they're actually professional modelled shots, but these, these are the puppies. These are what my photos actually used to be like. My old shop colours were pink, white and gold, which were fine back in the day when my brand was a very girly, very pink, very, you know, girly, I suppose is the only word to describe it, kind of brand. Since then, as you can see, let me go up to the top, I have updated my branding to be very minimalistic, very easy, very, just generally a little bit less pink and a little bit less girly. And I'll explain my reason for that in a bit. So these are what my pictures used to be like. Since then, I have updated my pictures. Let me go to page 1, which is where my newest products are. And as you can see, I've kept them very, very plain, very minimalistic, very sort of, much more of a plain aesthetic. And again, the reason for this is that, number one, when I changed my branding, I quickly realised the mistake that I made. I made all of my older pictures very pink, and obviously when I rebranded, I thought, I'm going to have to change all of this. And even in these older ones, these are ones that got taken about 6 months ago. You can see here that there's a little bit of pink. If that little button would go away, you'd see there's a little bit of pink in the top left-hand corner. So you can sort of see that it was only very recently that I decided to change my branding and the branding in my photographs. So that's a good little advice for you, is to just make sure that you keep your pictures relatively plain. So if you ever do decide to rebrand and you've got as many products as I do here, then you're not going to go through and redo the entire lot. The other thing that I did as well, the end of last year, the beginning of this year, is that I decided to reduce the amount of items that I had. So as a matter of fact, when I had my shop, so as I said, the beginning of this year, let's just go from, I actually had an extra 1,000 products to what I do here now. So I had 1,600 products in my shop. And I mean, I don't know if I have a screenshot of where it was before just to prove it to you, but that is, as a matter of fact, that is how many products I used to have. Purely for the fact that I publish a new listing, as I sort of say, the best tactic to use is to drip feed products in your shop. So I ended up having 1,600 products in my shop. Now, as you can probably tell, that is a crazy amount, and I was getting customers that were searching for items in my shop that I did have, but that just weren't finding them. And you can't really blame them if I had 1,600 products in my shop. I mean, even I wouldn't scroll through that many. My categories worked, but as you can see, well, I've redone them, but as they were before, it was literally silver necklaces, rose gold necklaces, gold necklaces, and it didn't narrow it down enough for people to warrant or to even be bothered to scroll through them. So yeah, if you have over 300 to 400 products, I would always recommend once a year going through and clearing out. So what I did with the old bits and bobs, now it couldn't have come at a better time because we're actually moving. So, we are moving now, but at the beginning of this year, we knew that we were going to move. So it couldn't have come at a better time. So what I would always recommend is to go through your Etsy shop at least once a year, and any products that you've tweaked a few times, that have expired, that just aren't getting any traction or any views, if there's really nothing you feel that you can do, is to sort those out, put them to one side, put them on sale on Etsy, or use them for social media giveaways and things like that. So scrolling down here, you can see all of my new items here. Well, reviews, as you can see, they're all good. I don't think there's anything else I can really show you. Oh yes, there is. There definitely is. Now, updates, shop updates. You guys are missing a trick if you are not using shop updates. And I've just had an idea for a video, so I will definitely do that. But seriously, guys, if someone follows your shop, okay, and you post an update, it will come up on their Etsy homepage. So please make sure that at least every week you are posting a shop update, because people will see that. Now, I've got my old packaging in here. Bad. But as you can see, my about section is fully filled out. I've got all my social media up here. I've got me here. I've got my assistant here. And shipping times are there. And yeah, I've got my frequently asked questions here. So I always make sure that I take any unnecessary bits and bobs out of my product descriptions, and I put them in the frequently asked questions here. So I've also got a little video that I made, which I can't play on the screen capture software because it crashes it. Wonderful. But yeah, so I make sure that my shop just looks generally aesthetically pleasing. And yeah, so I'm just really happy that I just got to show you guys my Etsy shop quickly. Feel free to go and have a look if you want to. I just want you guys just to be aware that that's the only reason why I don't post my Etsy shop. So it's not for any reason other than, well, what I explained in the beginning. So I hope you guys like this little Etsy shop review. I hope you gained a little bit of insight and a little bit of maybe some good tips and tricks and things. And I will see you guys soon.